The rim of the glass chilled my mouth as she laughed. Not a shaky laugh, not a slip, a certain one. The sort people use when they're convinced the space bends around them. Music throbbed at her back. Muted, costly, intentional. Her friends orbited close. Flutes lifted. Gazes already appraising what I might be worth before I opened my mouth. I clocked how she didn't meet my eyes when she said it. That omission was deliberate. "You're not in my financial league," she declared, tone sharp enough to score Crystal. A beat, and definitely not husband material. Then came the quiet, the perilous kind. Every stare slid toward me. Something inside me split, but neatly. No debris, no noise. I watched condensation trail down the glass instead of her expression. Measured breathing. One count in, one count out. I sipped the bourbon and let the heat crawl. Slow, intentional, as if the moment warranted ritual. She anticipated anger or pleading or humiliation. What she hadn't planned for was calm. "You're right," I said. 3 words. Level. Exakt. Her smile twitched. Just a blink of time, but enough to show the fissure. I took out my phone without urgency. My thumb moved once. A single text sent. No pause, no context. Then I drained the drink and placed the glass down carefully, like something finished. That's when the sound shifted. A distant thud, low at first, nearly lost beneath the music. The floor trembled slightly. Someone frowned. Another guest glanced toward the terrace. The thudding swelled. Her laughter cut off. She turned as the wind struck. Hard, abrupt, violent. Dresses snapped. Glassware rattled. The music hiccuped and went silent. Conversations crumpled into confusion. The helicopter dropped like a sentence being passed. Her eyes widened, not with thrill, but with recognition, because this wasn't shock. This was fear finally arriving. The pilot sat down smoothly on the private pad below, rotors carving the air with clinical precision. Security moved quickly, competent, hushed. Professionals. Someone murmured her name. She looked at me then, truly looked. I smiled, not kindly, not cruelly, simply aware. "You didn't think?" I said softly, leaning close enough that only she could hear. "That I'd remain small forever, did you?" Her lips parted. Nothing came out. The truth had been sitting between us all night, and she'd mistaken my silence for frailty. The helicopter doors swung open, and with them came the start of everything she'd never bothered to learn about me. The wind settled before she did. Her friends stood frozen, suspended between intrigue and panic. The helicopter idled as if waiting for a choice already settled. I watched her swallow, watched assurance leak from her posture as memory finally caught up. She knew that helicopter. She'd seen it before, just never this close. Never meant for me. Weeks earlier, long before the party, before the insult, I'd noticed the seams. The evenings she vanished behind charity galas. The way she guarded her phone like a second heartbeat. The unfamiliar name appearing in her calendar without explanation. Initials only. I never confronted her. I listened. I let her convince herself I was background static. While she constructed a second life, I charted it. Phone records don't lie if you know where to look. Neither do flight logs or hotel books. Or a particular offshore account she assumed was invisible because she never imagined someone like me would recognize the architecture. She thought she was cheating up. The helicopter door shut with a flat, final sound. The pilot glanced at me, waiting. She stepped closer, heels wavering now. "What is this?" she whispered, forcing a smile, clawing for control. I angled my phone so she could see. A name. A balance. Her name listed as a dependent. Her breath snagged. "You said I wasn't in your league," I replied quietly. "I let you think that. People are truthful when they believe you don't matter." Her eyes filled not with tears, but with math. With need. She reached for my arm. I stepped away. "I know about Milan," I went on, "and Zurich, and the man who promised you safety while draining your access. You thought you were leveling up. You were being handled." Her mouth opened, closed. I leaned in, voice low enough to cut through the rotors. "The message I sent earlier froze the account and flagged the transfer you approved yesterday. It's under review right now." Color drained from her face. Around us, the party restarted in shards. Whispers, raised phones, curiosity blooming. But she heard nothing except the quiet implosion of the future she'd rehearsed. "You humiliated me," she said at last, voice splintering. I nodded once. "In public," I agreed. Then I straightened. "You did it first." I turned toward the helicopter. No spectacle. No final look back. I didn't need to watch her unravel to know it was happening. As I stepped inside, I felt it. Not pain, not rage, but clarity. The doors sealed. The rotors lifted us cleanly from the ground. Through the glass, I saw her diminish. No longer elevated over anyone, just exposed. I didn't win. I simply stopped losing. And for the first time, I understood the truth she'd handed me by accident. Power isn't being chosen. It's being impossible to ignore.